All right.
Your technical difficulties are
the system is being finicky.
a comedy of errors.
Shut your trap.
Moot point, an issue which no satisfactory answer is found.
This is all a moot point.
The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! Ma, the meatloaf!
Like a cow's opinion.
I've had it with this dump! We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
This is all a moot point. Doesn't matter.
Well, hello and welcome to the Moot Points podcast.
Damn.
I'm Patrick Moote, and this is my brother Brian Moote. You know what? I keep calling myself the host, but I don't like that anymore. I just want to share it. I'm a new Patrick. I was died and reborn, and now I'm new.
Hold
sharing.
on. Let me give you props first.
Yes.
You look. I wish I had a photo of how dope you looked when that whole thing happened. We could probably reenact it because you took a big hit off whatever that thing is you're smoking, C-card stuff. And in the background, do it again. In the background, you have all this cool stuff in the background. And act like you're talking. Say something in the microphone.
So here's the thing about talking. You got to have content.
All right, cool. It looks good.
Okay.
It looked cool. Anyways, I was marveling at how cool you look, man. You're wearing like a jean jacket with the furry Brokeback Mountain collar. And you took a big hit off the joint. You let the music sit. And you came in cool, but then you bailed immediately and started talking about how you're not the host anymore. Like, listen,
well, hello, and welcome
Pat,
to the Moot Points
I
podcast.
think the symbiotic relationship that we have is.
I think I'm going to go, hi. That's going to be my new intro.
Hello.
I'm not paying.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
welcome to the Moot Points podcast.
Hi, do you mind? Hello.
You know what? People should tweet in ideas for what my intro should be. Because I'm
Patrick
having
needs a
trouble with that.
line. You need an
I need a
opening
line. Yeah, but I feel so cheesy coming up with them. Like, how
about this one? How about this one? Talk to me, people. No, I peaked out pretty hard.
Peaked, yeah.
That's a good rocking voice.
I don't like the talk to me
Talk
people.
to me, people.
That's too dated. See, it's got to be
Let me
something
know.
forward thinking, like,
What?
hello, humans.
You're in a safe space.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like that would be your.
People of all genders.
If we could
sexual
take phone
preferences,
calls, which we should rig it to take phone calls again. We
Down.
used to have that. I used to have that plug in. But if you were taking phone calls and you had a show that you were doing, it'd be like this. Hey everyone, you can hello there. We're in a safe space. You can talk if you'd like. And then if they hang up, you're like, that's all right.
It's a safe space.
Maybe
Bye.
next time. Bye.
Bye. Yeah,
We had a
just,
fun show today, man. We I am gonna rant about pansy ass biatches in the media, bunch of radio people and TV, afraid to stick it to Michael Jackson. Maybe the inappropriate words to use there, but whatevs. But then real ballsy when it comes to R. Kelly. You guys are hypocrites. And you're frauds and you're
It is
cowards.
funny. You can tell how much people like the music depending on how pissed off they are.
A
Like
bunch of babies. Just literally every single person I saw refusing to tweet about Michael Jackson. And I noticed who you were. No, a bunch of radio shows with no opinions.
Oh my gosh.
They're the people who said this. I'm going to reserve my comments till I see the second half. What do you think was going to change it for you in the second half?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to do a hit job on the guys who came out.
Whoa. Guys, you remember that crazy twist in that Leaving Neverland documentary
when it
where
turned out that the kids were lying?
in the first 2 hours they build up this really compelling story of Wade Robson and James
And then they
Safechuck.
tear him down.
And then at the end of it they say, no, they're liars. Like, you guys are fools,
They
man.
tear him down like Jesse Smollett and Robert Durst.
It's just, dude. Well, here's the thing. I don't mind. Just be consistent is my thing. Don't be afraid to jump in and defend victims of sex abuse based on what you see on one instance, and then on the next one, because you think it's an easy layup because you're afraid of the criticism, you come in thundering in with your hot takes on R. Kelly. I'm not here for it because I got to be honest. As far as I'm concerned, Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, they're damn near equivalent. The only thing difference is about 15 years and being alive at this point.
Well,
and for those people saying like, oh, well, Michael Jackson's dead, Brian, go. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Death does not take you out of being judged for the crimes you committed while you were alive. I'm sorry.
Hitler's dead.
Yeah, so is everyone involved with slavery is dead.
Ted Bundy's dead.
Everyone involved with slavery is dead. Do we just stop talking about the awful atrocities?
You can't talk about it, Brian. It's sad because they're dead. They can't defend themselves.
It's complete garbage, man. It drove me crazy. As soon as I saw that R. Kelly interview happen, and by the way,
that is some craziness. I didn't understand really what happened there, but honestly, like, I don't know who authorized it. Like who in his like of his people was like, yeah, sure, you know what, R. Kelly, like, why don't you go out and do an interview right now? This is a good time for it.
To be a cynic, which I don't have a problem being. No, I'm not even gonna say I'm a cynic anymore. I'm just honest, and I think a lot of people are frauds, and I'm getting more comfortable in my career being honest with saying, you know what, man, like, I'm here for the jokes, I'm here for the humor, but I'm also here to just say flat out, I'm not afraid to say what I think.
Brian has an opinion, you guys. And if you want to hear about it, just listen to him talk.
But here's the thing, I'm willing to debate it. And I think that's the difference. I'm not hurt. And listen, if you are listening right now and you are an MJ truther, and you've seen the documentary, don't come at me with the, I just can't believe, in my mind, he would never do it. Fine, I don't care. But you didn't hear Wade Robson. You didn't hear James Safechuck. You didn't hear their stories. You didn't hear the details. You didn't hear the textbook, the methods of abuse and manipulation.
You know what I would respect more of an argument is I just don't want to ruin the music. It's like, at least be honest.
Honestly, Patrick, honestly, if someone told me, Brian, I don't want to watch a documentary, I don't care to have the conversation, I know it's got some awful things about Michael Jackson, but dude, I went through some of the worst parts of my life listening to his music, and I can't ruin that for myself. It means more to me to keep that image intact, and you just want to live that way? I'm here for it. That's fine.
I get it.
But don't pretend you're
I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, but those are people who don't have a responsibility to be honest when an opinion comes across their desk and they're in media. The people who and also it's the people who claim to be, yo, dude, I keep it real. I speak my mind. I'm here for the conversations. Well, then have the conversations. Don't punt on the conversations on Michael Jackson, and then come with it and come strong with your hashtags of mute R. Kelly when you were mute over Michael Jackson. I'm not here for that hypocrisy.
And it's just, you're in a place where your opinion matters, so have one, or like, I guess.
Be consistent.
Yes, be consistent.
I don't care. If your opinion is, I don't believe people who tell me these stories years after the abuse happened, well, then you just don't believe that people are being honest. And you believe Wade Robson's a liar. But then you also better believe that these black women who experienced abuse on Surviving R. Kelly, then you better also say they're liars, because you have just as much proof for most of it, even the video stuff. He beat a case too. People saying like, well, I mean, Michael Jackson beat his case. So did R. Kelly the first time. And you know what? Odds are he probably will beat this one too, because it's very, very hard to prove sexual abuse years ago, even if you have a videotape. Because you have to be able to prove the identities, the year, the time. It's really difficult to convince an entire jury of those things. But does that mean that R. Kelly didn't do it? Well, clearly we're okay with saying that he did. But apparently with Michael Jackson, nah, they're all liars. Because Macaulay Culkin said, well, he didn't mess with me. Well, guess what, guys? Pedophiles don't touch every kid they see. Only certain ones.
And it just kind of goes back to the idea that it sounds like it's coming from the documentary, is that he was much more calculated with all of this than people.
He was a deviated monster.
Calculated pedophile who's famous doesn't go after Macaulay Culkin and
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, because you're going to get in trouble immediately. Like they would have already come out.
I mean, he had his listen. He treated Wade Robson and James Safechuck like side chicks. Like they had this. They just exhibited the same behavior of side chicks who feel like they've been ignored, where they just are starving for like, oh my God, I'm back. I testified for Michael, and now he wants to spend time with me again. It's like that. You sound like a sad, abused human being who just wants to be recognized and given attention. But before we jump off this,
you see me trying to move on.
I do see you. I saw you going hovering over buttons.
Brian is on his. I get it. Yeah, and
because I've been stewing on these things.
I know, and I've seen it on you because you know.
I've been stewing on it. I got another topic too. We'll get into later, but you're gonna love this one because you hate stand-up comedians. But no. I've been stewing on it. I've been stewing on it because I feel like a lot of people, you can't trade and profit in honesty. and keeping it real and speaking your mind and defending the defenseless, and then punt on Michael Jackson and stick it to R. Kelly. You just can't. You cannot do it. In no way, shape, or form will you be able to jujitsu your way out of the cognitive dissonance of those two things. And you asked me in the car earlier, you said, who the hell thought it was a good idea for R. Kelly? Like, what person? And I told you, if there was ever a time for R. Kelly to maybe think he should do an interview, it's right after he thinks Michael Jackson may be getting the brunt of this whole, like, abuse thing. And now you got two camps, R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. Their camps both just crossing their fingers at who takes most of the fire. And unfortunately, R. Kelly flipped out. Not unfortunately. This guy's a monster. But he had a meltdown on camera in front of
What's so funny about that is I bet his like people who represent him were like, do an interview. R. Kelly, I don't know if this is a good idea. But honestly, how much worse could it get? How much worse could it get? And I'm sure they were watching it just like hand of the face emoji, just like, oh my
face
God.
Well, you know what it is, though? You're right. They thought two things. They thought, one, R. Kelly, how much worse can it get? Like, how much worse can it get for you? And two, they thought, if there was ever a time to try to snake in an interview about how I'm not a sex offender, it's maybe right after a documentary calling the king of pop a sex offender in graphic detail. And guess what happened? They wildly underestimated the MJ truthers. Just, I'm going to stick with MJ. And they underestimated how much power is behind this surviving R. Kelly wave of mute R. Kelly. And by the way, I think mute both of them. I'm done with Michael Jackson. I'm done with R. Kelly. I'm done with both of them. You know what? In fact, I'm done with every single artist who ever, as soon as I find out, as soon as I hear stories that I deem in my own problem solving and my own deductive reasoning and my own belief in their honesty, as soon as I hear stories of rapey artists abusing anybody, done with you too. There's plenty of music.
Okay, so up next on the podcast, me and Brian talk about how much we love the NFL.
Pat's so frustrated with technology right now.
We're having technical difficulties right now. So I had a great slam on Brian about how he's like talking about all this.
No, dude, you don't have
about these abusers. No one listens to that music in this, but we love football.
Yeah,
but
but it's not. That'd be like hating all of music. That's where your loophole. That's where your argument falls apart.
It's fine.
So you're right. You're right. There are abusers in the NFL, but I've been very consistent with my opinions on that.
And I didn't
I know. You were just trying to paint me into a corner, and you're going to lose this one.
Well, you were going to say.
No. I am opposed to any person breaking the law in any way and not paying for what they did, not answering for it. Like when the Seahawks signed Michael Kendricks, who was going to go to prison for insider trading. I thought that was a BS move. Now, did we reap the benefits of having a veteran linebacker? Yeah, of course, but I still voiced my opposition.
And also,
I'm not the GM.
Kind of like ripping off Wall Street is like not. I was kind of like slow clap, like, all right, man,
listen,
get
dude,
yours, get your money.
If you're gonna rip off anybody, rip off Wall Street. All right. So I hear you there too. He wasn't Robin Hood, and at least he admitted, yo, I broke the law. I'll go to prison.
He was like, he got some bad. He met a bad friend who was like, yo, man, invest in this.
Some insider trading, dog.
You know what? Football players at Meathead. He didn't know any better.
Martha Stewart did some insider trading time, so I don't, like.
Come on, and now she has like 3 shows.
Just pay the time, man. You do something wrong. Reap the repercussions of it, and then you're fine with me. I just think when it comes to other things in the NFL, of domestic violence, I got to be honest. I really don't give a care. I don't give a care if anyone who strikes a child or a woman ever plays football again. I will say that there are some loopholes in that, like Joe Mixon, who was a 19-year-old who punched a girl who he says called him a racial slur in a restaurant. Now, I think there's a lot of people at fault there, but I don't think you should ever punch a woman. I don't think Kareem Hunt should ever like push that girl in the casino and like half-ass kicked her. I don't think any of that is appropriate. And I think that if they're going to address their issues and their problems in a constructive way, they can have another shot at life. Now, people like Jussie Smollett, sure, dude, it's America. You have another shot at life.
Ugh,
acting?
Really?
Nah. No, not acting. I just don't care to ever see him act again. I think that what he did was so egregious and so calculated. It wasn't like he snapped and did something out of rage. It was like he calculated something.
Yeah, I almost think what he did is not necessary. It just depends on the scenario.
It's just
You'd have
more
to go
devious.
One for one.
It's more
crazy.
devious than, listen, domestic violence is awful. There's no excuse for it. But I put things like what Jesse Smollett did in terms of the calculation and the manipulation at a level of, well, now you're an offender who is at a second level, like a sociopath. Like, well, you tried to push me off the topic, but now we're back. Michael Jackson.
I know. No.
Because there's manipulation involved, and that is a cognitive decision, knowing right or wrong, and you're doing wrong. You're choosing wrong. You didn't snap and do wrong. You chose wrong. It was premeditated. So how do you think your NFL argument worked out there, Pat? Again, buttons. What's up with the delay?
It's just that one song.
Why do you keep playing it? Trim that sample.
Just don't tell me what to do. Like, this is your podcast. This is my podcast. I take it back now.
All right.
I take the podcast
Listen,
back.
let's lighten it up.
It's all me. Yeah, let's please lighten it up. I've had a heavy week. I'm having heavy week.
Is this how we lighten it up, talking about your heavy week?
No, we're not going to talk about that right now. We can save
Okay. We got this, dude. Let's talk about a debate I have.
All right.
I'm probably in trouble. Next week about this time, I'll be telling you guys about how I screwed up in my relationship. I feel confident my girlfriend will not listen to this podcast before I get to Atlanta on Friday. It's
a bold move. I guarantee you this is the one time she does.
I know, right?
I guarantee it.
You're going to be like, why aren't you posting the podcast on Instagram?
I just feel
and then
like
you're going to tag
I'm
her
like
in it.
now implicated.
No,
in it.
you're
Like
not.
I'm a part of the
It's
crime.
not. Listen, it's not a big deal. It's a
right.
But here's
Throw
the
yourself under the bus.
Here's the funny part.
What do you got?
All right, here's the funny part. So her and I have already done this experiment one time. We had a very, very good friend of ours, Greg, move in with us for a while. I love Greg. I still love Greg. We're all very good friends. But living together didn't work as well. You know, we've also had Joe and Taylor live with us. That worked fine. Now, the dogs were a little bit of a disaster, but that was all 5 of them that we had at the time. They're pooping everywhere. My carpets are a mess. So,
Carpets are gross.
but I knew the carpet. Like, I never changed the carpet in my
Yeah,
place because I was like, yo, we're going to have dogs here.
Yeah.
We had 5 dogs there.
You don't want to be that guy who's like, would you mind taking your shoes off? The carpet's
Oh, I
there."
don't like, shoes off guy. What do you
off
think?
guy.
Shoes off guy. Shoes off in the house guy.
I got kicked out of the sauna at 24 Hour Fitness today for wearing my shoes in it, and I was kind of
Shoes?
I was kind of looking around like, you gotta be joking me.
What do you mean, shoes or like flip-flops?
Shoes.
What the hell were you doing wearing shoes in a sauna?
Everybody else is doing it.
In a steam room or something?
I had one flip flop. One of them fell out of my bag, and so I was like gonna go in there barefoot. But
Then
that's
you-
a dice roll that
Then
I'm not
you
willing to
hop
take.
your ass in there on one foot. What do you mean? Like, was it the steam room or the sauna?
Sauna.
Like, who wears shoes in a sauna? You weird.
Stood by the door
Also, do you know your feet smell real bad?
right now.
No, always.
I got a foot scrubber.
Well, maybe they don't smell bad right now, but
Yeah.
you notoriously have some stinky ass.
Well, no, you know what the problem was when Aubrey was here, he kept giving me shoes, and
Aubrey is his
has-
former roommate.
Yeah, and he has really, really like
Stinky feet, like fungally feet.
Oh my god, you didn't know about this?
Nah, I didn't know about
My
fungal
old
feet.
roommate once sat down with me and was like, "Yo, man, Jordan, my old roommate Jordan. When me, Jordan, and Aubrey all lived
Yeah,
together.
it's good, Pat. It's good when you tell a story to
Yeah.
remind the audience,
Everybody,
of who the hell
people
you're
they've
talking
never
about.
heard about.
Exactly.
They all hit him up on Instagram or something. I don't care. Jordan Albertson, Aubrey White. Jordan
Fungal feet.
Jordan sat down with me and was like,
Jeez.
"Yo, dude, we need to have a talk with Aubrey about his feet." And I was like, "That's a conversation I'm not willing to have with him. I don't care. His feet are terrible. They stink." But then I got him turned on to getting like pedicures and
yeah.
stuff. Lately, my feet have been a little stinky, but I can't get pedicures because of the
I
chemo.
mean, well, okay, yeah,
And
but
I
it's-
stopped. So Aubrey was giving me shoes all the time.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
gave me a
So
pair.
he-
He gave me a pair of slides, and I didn't realize they were
secondhand-
making my feet stink until Jackson, current roommate.
secondhand fungus.
Not. I don't think I got the fungus. I think the funk just stayed on the shoe.
Well, yeah, the funk don't leave the shoe, dude. You gotta throw
No, it
that shoe
doesn't.
away.
Yeah. I'm sorry for throwing you guys under the bus.
No, you really did.
Because I don't know if Aubrey's ever heard that story.
No, I'm sure he hasn't. But
Maybe
see, you
he
know what?
has.
Now we're rolling the dice. Who of our friends are going to
Aubrey
watch the
knows.
story?
We've talked about it.
Who's going to watch the story?
And now my feet stink too. I do have stinky feet. I bought a foot scrubber for my shower. It's like you should look at it. It's cool. It's like a slipper with scrubbers everywhere.
I don't know. I have great smelling feet.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No,
it's
not.
absolutely
No,
true.
no one has great.
I change
smelling
my
feet.
socks a
Your
couple
feet
times
smell
a
better
day.
than the rest of your body. No,
Maybe. Do you know what your butt and your balls smell like?
No, I don't. I don't know
in your
what my butt
armpits?
and balls smell like.
Would you? Okay.
How would I know what my butt and balls smell like?
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying if you had to bet right now.
Yes.
What smells better, your balls or your feet? Like right now in this specific moment, what do you think smells better?
My balls.
I'm gonna go feet, man. I'm gonna go feet.
Really? You think?
Well, I mean, I took a shower.
I've been scrubbing my feet pretty good.
My second shower today came after the gym, which was at about 2:00, and I washed.
I took 2 showers.
I soaped down
today.
my junk, and I soaped up my feet. So I guess it's a mad dash, but I would just say that.
You know what? I'm gonna take my shoe off and smell my foot right now.
All right,
you can put this.
Pat is
going
to
to
smell
Instagram.
his
Let's
feet.
see.
Hold on. Okay, let me put it on Instagram stories. Go to Instagram stories. Go to Moote Comedy right now. Hold on. No, don't do it yet.
Oh, and look, and I'm wearing my Seahawks Doug Baldwin socks. Tag Doug Baldwin in this, please.
I'll tag Doug Baldwin.
Okay.
All right, we are on the Moot Points podcast live right now currently.
Yep.
And my brother is going to smell his feet because I told him that his feet smell like garbage, and now he's going to find out. Pat, how are you that flexible, first of all?
It's not terrible.
You're up
it's
in
really
that.
not that bad.
Jeez.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I got a foot scrubber. Look, that's not bad. Here, you want to taste?
No, I do not want to taste. Get him out of here. You have like fang finger, like really. You have fingers that your toes look like fingers. They have elbows, not knuckles.
Spread out.
No, I can smell them from here. They smell not good.
I mean, they don't smell great. I didn't say they smelled
My
good.
God, they smell sour. Put your sock and shoe
They don't
back
smell
on.
sour.
The point is this.
These shoes are like new, too.
We were
So
getting
I can't
into-
blame the shoe.
You know what? You derailed me. I forgot what I was talking about. Now I'm not in trouble anymore. I'm not going to make a confession.
Oh, do it.
All right, so here's the deal. We have a family friend named Louis. He's from England. And he's a good dude. He's
Louis.
a real good dude.
He's from
He's a
England.
dad. He's
Very
moving
nice.
back to Atlanta. He wants to be an actor again. He used to be in a touring acting company. He actually had his daughter, who's now 13, had his daughter at Northside Hospital in Atlanta. While they were, him and the woman that he was dating, and she was pregnant, they were both in this theater company, and she had her baby in Atlanta. So his daughter, who's a British citizen, born at Northside Hospital. I feel like there's a lot of parallels in our story here, right?
I know. Like, you almost had to
It feels
not.
like...
It's like you almost had to not tell your girlfriend.
No, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
It's like, I was going to tell you, babe,
Well, we were
but there was all these things coming together. It was
We were
like
supposed to FaceTime.
Mercury was in retrograde, and everything
you
was
know
coming together.
what?
He's a Cancer, you're an Aquarius. I knew you were going to say yes.
Well, the problem is this, is that I generally like to bring things up like this when I'm not in trouble. And for some reason, I occasionally get myself into trouble.
Why are you in trouble?
I'm not in trouble. Just, you know, when you annoy somebody. I love my girlfriend, but I definitely have a knack for like annoying her because she can be in silence and I cannot. And that's the thing that I'm trying to learn.
I can't be in silence either. It makes me think that someone's
I'm
mad
uncomfortable.
at me.
Me too.
I've had roommates who like would just sit in their rooms like when they were home. They'd like come home from work and just go
Right.
sit in their room, and I'd like knock on the door like, "Hey, buddy,
You okay in there, man?
do you want to share?
What did I
some-
do wrong?
I made
I'm
some
the
mac
same way,
and
man.
cheese.
I'm the same way. I feel so. Even tonight, for example, I was on the phone with her and she's got a sore throat and she's coughing, and I'm like, "Hey, are you all right?" And she's like, "No, Brian. Every time I start talking, I start coughing." And I'm like, "Why? Yeah, I just want to call and say I love you and hi and stuff." And she's like, "Okay, I love you. Hi." I'm like, "All right, well, I guess we'll go." She's like, "Okay, good night." I'm like, "Damn, man!" And I got off the phone. I was like, "That was cold." But then
you
also
did come out of the room looking a little
I
rattled.
was pouty.
You
No,
looked
I
a-
was being a pouty little bitch.
You were a little pouty.
You know why I was being pouty? Because I feel needy sometimes.
Well, and I was like, "What's wrong, Brian?" And you were like, "I don't know. Jess is just sick and she's being a jerk."
no, she wasn't being a jerk. She wasn't being a jerk. She just literally has a sore throat,
be
and
fair,
every
he
time
didn't
she
say that.
talks,
He
she
did not say
coughs.
that, yeah.
So I get it. Here's the thing. So Louis is moving back to the States. He wants to be an actor. He gave up on his dream of being an actor because he needed to move back to England to be a good dad. Right on, Louis.
Good for you,
Good
Louis.
man.
Good man.
His daughter's 13 now, and she wants him to be an actor again. His daughter is like, "Yo, I'm good." So he was going to come back to Atlanta. I got him, set him up with some meetings with some folks that we know in Atlanta, some acting agents.
Good people.
But he needs a place to get on his feet, and he's going to pay rent. That's a first. That's a
Pal.
first for someone staying in my place.
I mean, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So you're talking about like trying to compare him before he moves in to the people who have stayed at your house previously.
all good people, all friends of ours.
Okay,
but
so-
we invited them to stay.
But you also didn't say this. Like, one of whom had dogs, which you weren't. You know, it was like there was a lot of
They all
dogs
had
in the house.
dogs,
Now
man.
they're cute dogs. One of them had dogs. Also had children who took up a downstairs
yeah.
bedroom and neither of these groups paid rent. We love them, but it's just
they gave me they gave me some money. It was a stipend, but it definitely was not rent. But then also, to be fair, I never ask anyone for rent.
Sure.
I've always opened my doors to everybody. I feel like the Vatican of Vinings. Bring me your sick, your poor. Come, actually, don't, because my girlfriend would be pissed.
Yeah.
But we got to do this. But he's going to pay rent, and you know what? He's
already a better in terms of just straight up roommate. I love the people who used to live there, but now that he's paying rent, he's already a better roommate.
And also he's used to London rent.
He doesn't have a dog. His kid is 13.
He loves dogs though.
Sure.
He wants to meet the dogs on FaceTime.
He's going to help take care of the dogs.
Yes. So he wants.
This is like a living dog sitter for you. I know it.
You see my face?
Yes, I do see your face when you mention the dogs. You lit up.
Oh my god, it'd be great. He loves dogs, so I want him to meet everybody on FaceTime. That's what's been the holdup, because I want him to meet everyone on FaceTime. Though I do have to break it to Jessica that we're gonna have a dude. Also, I gotta be honest. I am actually okay with a grown man who I know staying in the townhouse with my girlfriend, because it worries me that she's alone. I don't want to, I don't want her being alone just because she could have someone to chit chat with. Hey, how you doing? Good. Watching TV. Sure. And also safety.
Right.
Like I would like another human being there in case something happens. Right. It'd be great.
And the
dog sitting.
And rent. The aforementioned dog sitting.
And also, I didn't even say this. He's used to paying London rent. So I might be able to get my whole mortgage paid right now.
You better hope that both Jessica and Louie don't listen.
No,
to this
Louie.
podcast.
I think Louie listens.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
What up, Louie? We're excited to have you in London. Or in London, in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Whatever.
No. But here's the thing, though. If it wasn't Louie, if it wasn't a family friend, it wasn't a guy, and he and I have talked on the phone, and it's been years, but we used to go on like family trips.
I mean, literally, when you say years, how many years has it been?
What, since I've seen him?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like maybe
30?
20? 20 years?
25.
25 years? Yeah, I mean, we're talking like we were kids all going out to Eastern Washington, and our family and his family all hanging out.
You know what I remember the most about that place?
They had a pond.
Salamanders.
They had salamanders in a pond, and we go out on these like kayaks.
Yeah.
And they had salamanders in. I mean, we should not have been swimming in that pond.
That
pond was dirt, disgusting. The water was
like
black.
The pond. They try and think, should we drink out of this in a show like The Walking Dead? And we're just like swimming around, and they're like, "Man, there's no water, but we gotta
it's the water.
Drink something."
It's the kind of water you get out of, and you smell like a cow pasture.
Yeah, no, it's the kind of water you see people drinking, and then a charity starts. It's like, there's no.
It's you take a glass of water and then a 5K.
Oh, have you seen what they're doing? This is not right. We have to save these people. They're eating salamanders. And
Louie's gonna stay at the place, but we gotta have a FaceTime thing. He also doesn't know that my girlfriend doesn't know. I probably said that it's all good, but it is
so good. I hope they both listen to this before they hear, and they talk to you before you talk and tell either of them.
You know what? I mean, what a better way to come out with it? Then,
yeah, sure.
But also my intentions are good. Louie's a great dude, family friend. And also a creative, and I respect what he did. Oh, and I haven't even told you this. He also works for The Sun in the UK. This is why I wrote down my notes, my annoyance with the Daily Mail. Because my ex-wife, every time she does something stupid, which is everything.
She's a jerk.
I know, she's the worst. But they will mention my name. Other publications, you know who won't anymore? The Sun. You know why? I believe because my friend Louie works there, and he won't let them. So thank you, Louie. I just knocked a couple pounds off your rent.
Couple pounds off your rent.
I don't know. It's the funny thing is I don't even know.
It's a great place.
I don't know what to charge.
It's a good room. It's a nice place. It'll be.
Vinings is great, man.
Atlanta actually has a great. I'm thinking my agent has called me from out there and wants to start getting.
Why don't you go back out?
I'm going back out again. I just need new headshots. I'm working on it.
All right.
I'm trying to tiptoe my way. I'm like an old man trying to tiptoe my way into a warm bath, and someone came up to me and shoved me in face first, and held my head under the water.
That's what I do.
Because I'm just raging back.
That's my job. Speaking of what Pat needs, hit the music. We got a new segment. Jeez,
coming in hot, baby.
Life coaching.
My life coach literally is walking. That's how I get all my bad energy out. I guess that's more like my therapy.
No, that's just like you sound like Liam Neeson right now, actually.
It's more how I walk
Liam
around
Neeson.
and I look for someone
different
race.
No.
Assault.
It's actually a really good impression. I walked around Ireland with a
Full of rage.
with a cask. With a what was it? No, with a cart, with a
I've got a
task,
special set of skills, and this had nothing to do with any of them.
giant mallet, looking for some block bastard.
Put on my leprechaun shoes and look to kick some fanny.
Wanted to shove this buckle up a minority's butt.
I know where the rainbow leads. Leads to your doom.
Liam Neeson, get your shit together.
You know what? The man can't break character, and you gotta respect it.
He's always. Dude,
you thought that he was. You thought everybody's like, oh, he's such a great actor. He's like, he's not even an actor. Like, I bet he actually.
He's been fighting terrorists.
I bet he has. I bet honestly he might be like an operative, like a CIA agent. Something.
No, you know what it is, dude. You know how people say like Daniel Day-Lewis is like a method actor, right? Liam Neeson became like an Irish special agent when he was 17 in his mind. Never broke character.
Never broke character. Or maybe became a real one and then just decided that he was like, I've got a great idea. I'm going to become a famous actor. And they were all like, whatever, Liam.
Jesus.
And then he did it.
He's like, you have no choice in this. I have a special set of skills.
And like, did you realize we're firing blanks in this movie? Yes, we did. Jesus. Do you want me to put real bullets in it?
Do you want
No, God, Liam, don't put real bullets in the gun.
You want to really see these people duck?
Because I could kill everyone in this room right now.
Your Liam Neeson is really good, man. You know, you're speaking from your heart.
Workshop that.
It's coming from the back of your throat. I'm going to really show you how these people duck.
I've never seen a man die.
Jesus. Why are we talking about Liam Neeson? I'm so tired, man. I'm stirred. Oh, yeah, Pat, life coaching. You need a life coach.
I need a life coach, and we ran into one today, but I don't...
Shireen Thor
Sure.
from my other show, Nearly Informed.
I am in a crisis of conscience, though, about the whole thing because I'm, a massive skeptic on life coaches and motivational speakers. And
well, it's hard to... Okay, it's hard for me to wrap my head around the concept of life coach from someone who's not like Sarah Blakely or I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg.
I know, and if you're so good at coaching life, then why are you crushing it? I mean, and like,
yeah, that's my thing. But then also, but you say that, but then also, some of the best basketball coaches didn't win a title as a player.
Sure. And, you know, sometimes doctors are just in it because they like to help people. You know what I mean? Like, they get paid, but they also do, like, good things for people. Here's the other part of it, is that as I was going to the studio today, and I knew that our friend who's a life coach was there, in my head I was like, God damn, I need a life coach. Like, I need somebody to tell me what to do. I literally need somebody to tell me what to do because
you're in a negative headspace.
My life stopped when I got the cancer diagnosis. It became very easy and simple. It was all about that. That was real easy. And then that stopped. And now I'm back to my life and I'm looking at it. It's like, I'm like a kid who has like all these toys and like I just scatter them all over the room and I play with one for a second and then another one. And I'm like, you know, now an adult.
You know what?
I'm like I need to be like a butterfly. I'm like coming out of my cocoon.
Listen. You know what? Your life, when you explain it to me and the emotions that you feel, and I think that these are all completely genuine and I think they're normal. It feels like if your life was a river, a flowing river, cancer was a dam dropped right in the middle of it, which stopped everything behind that dam, right? Everything in your life, responsibilities, jobs, minor inconveniences, problems, things that dam said.
All the stuff that bugged me. That thing said really trivial shit.
Right, that dam, trivial and not so trivial. Sure. All of it. All of it stopped. All of it stopped because that cancer dam came out, wham!
People
and it
started dumping toxic waste in it. And it's all sitting there and the fish are floating upside down.
You're getting too deep on it.
My point
is that dam stopped everything. It backed up all of that stuff, right? And then once you finish that treatment, you were like, whoof, man, feels good. And then all of a sudden that dam breaks and all that stuff that you had behind that dam of I just got diagnosed with cancer comes rushing back in, whether it be personal life, professional.
All that both those. Keep
personal,
going.
professional.
Yeah, both those.
Emotional.
Tons of that.
Romantic.
Maybe.
That's a safe yes, but you don't want to follow. Don't follow down my footsteps today. You don't need to get yourself in trouble.
Just give me a minute.
The point is that you're now drowning.
Yeah, do you want to know what?
Because the water level has risen overnight.
Oh, I've been the most emotional in the last and I've had it's been a tough week. Or last 2 weeks have been tough. Finishing and then I don't know. And I've been talking to other people about this, other cancer people that I know who've got through it,
sure.
People I've met, especially colon cancer people, and they're all saying the same thing, where they're it is a difficult transition to go back to regular life. It's hard to go from being laser focused on something to all of a sudden you're just we're just normal again, everything's okay.
Well, here's the thing. I feel and maybe I'm wrong, but what I hear is, I'm so harnessing my master's in social work. Paraphrasing, Patrick, what I'm hearing is that you went from having had one identity, right? Mm-hmm. Then cancer came in, became another identity. But now you're in a situation where it's not either or. Cancer is part of the identity you had before you had cancer, but there's a conflict now with how you merge cancer survivor, all those things, all those feelings into what you had before that cancer situation happened. That dam got dropped in the river of your life.
Well, and you know what was crazy is when the dam got put up, it all the water went away, and all of a sudden I was this is what I am now. I'm like a washout. All the emotions.
You had less things to deal with. You had
sure.
one thing to focus on.
And I thought those were permanent changes. And then all of a sudden there was a little rattle, and the dam went down, and the emotions came back, and now I'm in a glass. You know what, Brian? I was in a glass case of emotion. And then I exploded free, and now I'm just trapped.
I think we did a pretty good job today of covering all the topics.
I think we covered.
So Patrick now is going to do something for next week. He's going to meet with life coach Shireen over the phone. You can do it over the phone.
Okay. Good.
And you need to record yourself applying for a job, because that was a thing that you wanted to do, job roulette.
Yeah,
and I'm going to pick one for you.
You're going to pick me a job?
Yeah, it's called job roulette. I'll just pretend I'm spinning something. I'm going to go with...
Don't F me. Because I'm fragile.
I want you to get a real job. I want you to get a job.
I need to get a job. I need to get some sort of...
Besides Uber, because Uber, you're alone with your thoughts for too long.
I can't do Uber. I'm trying to drive Uber, and my thoughts are too much. I was driving today, and I almost started to cry while there was someone in the back of my car. And can you imagine sitting in an Uber, and your Uber driver starts to cry?
I'm probably getting out, to be honest. You got to call one bar you've never talked to, you don't know anybody at, and you just got to ask them if they're hiring. That's it.
I'll walk into it.
And record it?
Oh, maybe. I'll wear a wire.
He's going to wear a wire, folks. Well, I think we nailed it today, Pat.
I'm crazy.
We only didn't get to the fact we have a secret Jonas Brothers show we're going to tomorrow, but I just crushed that right there. We also didn't get the story about me breaking up a homeless BJ. We'll get to that next week.
You broke up a homeless BJ? I saw a homeless guy find a heroin needle in the trash.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that next week.
And his friends started celebrating.
Next week on the podcast. Next week, we will talk about my updates on my new British friend, Louie, staying in my house. And it's been a good show.
Yeah, what are we going out on?
I don't know. It's you're the one with the buttons, dog.
I just like this. Let's go out on Matlock.
It makes sense,
doesn't it?
We're solving mysteries of life right now.
Oh, my God.
I love you guys. Thanks for listening. If you take any offense with any of my opinions on Michael Jackson or R. Kelly, you're probably wrong. Kidding!
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm consistent.
Listen.
I'm consistent.
All I have to say is, help! Help me!
Help Pat. Tweet at him.
Somebody help me.
At Pat Moote.
I'm
at
lost.
Moote Points. Also, if you donate $50 to our American Cancer Society fundraiser, we will do a special walk for you on video and dedicate a mile of the walk to you on March 24th. Love you guys. Night! Or good morning or whatever time you're listening.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm a lawn guy and proud of it. Pro tip, watch the fall leaves. When that first bad boy drops, boom, get feeding and seeding with Scott's. Lay down Scott's Turf Builder today, and come spring, your lawn will be so thick, green, and strong, neighbors like Steve over there will be mad green with envy.
Hey, sweet lawn, Stevie.
Steve.
Don't be a Steve. Be a lawn guy. Pick up a bag of Scott's Turf Builder today. This is a Scott's Yard.